Does acupuncture really work? Will it fix your pain, your nausea, your immune function? We're gonna dive into some of the studies behind acupuncture, and then I'm going to go get acupuncture right now from a traditional Chinese medicine place. So we're gonna dive into the research and we're gonna actually go get acupuncture right now. Let's go get it. So does acupuncture really work? Well, we're gonna dive into the studies right now about acupuncture and figure out what the actual science and data is telling us on acupuncture. I think a lot of people want to know if this works because they want solutions for their pain. That is the main thing. Acupuncture does promise to treat many other things, migraines, immune system disorders, and there's some fascinating stuff on that, which we're going to get into, but I don't care about like defending acupuncture at all. I'm not even somebody who's a huge fan of it. I just want to find out the science and get that to you. So let's look into some of these studies right now. The most interesting studies on acupuncture to me are what involve placebo and sham controlled trials. What does this mean? A sham trial is literally somebody sticking the needles just kind of randomly in the body, not using the concepts of acupuncture, which involve these meridian lines and all these ancient Chinese medicine lines of the body, central nervous system, from a trained acupuncturist. So they'll literally have somebody just put like a little tiny hair thin needle at random spots. That's the sham controlled trials. Those are the best in my opinion. Why? Placebo is real, guys. There are so many studies on the placebo effect, and it is real. So the sham trial really takes that out in an amazing way because they get somebody in there, they're thinking they're getting acupuncture, but they're just putting the needles randomly on them. They get that whole experience of doing something for themselves, but they're not on the actual lines from a trained acupuncturist, and then they leave. That is amazing for a study. It's so good. It's absolutely like genius in many ways. This is why you can't do like placebo or sham controlled trials on sauna, for example, because, obviously you can't fake being in a sauna. You're going to be hot and sweating. So you can actually do this for acupuncture, which gives us some really good studies. And let's talk about this one. This study was done on 249 people that got migraines. They got these really bad cluster migraine attacks. It was just brutal. They had an actual acupuncture treatment group. They had a sham group, and then they had a group that they just never gave any treatment to. And the results were very interesting. The acupuncture group had 3.2 fewer migraine attacks per month, which is really amazing, considering that the sham group only had 2.1 fewer attacks per month. So the sham group did have a reduction overall because the group that just didn't get any acupuncture, they just put them on a wait list, got 1.4 fewer attacks per month. This is very interesting for anybody who gets migraines because if they can get a few less attacks per month, that is something they'd probably want to do. So the acupuncture group there, controlled with the sham trial, actually did get, about 1, maybe 1.5 less attacks per month. So that's interesting, nothing like huge or crazy, but it shows that maybe acupuncture does work. Let's look at something else for pain. In this study on pain and acupuncture with this sham-controlled trial, again, we have a statistically significant difference in the group getting actual acupuncture in their pain. Now, the difference isn't something crazy. It's not like we're talking, oh my God, these people had no pain. It completely evaporated their pain. But the fact that there was a difference in the group that got acupuncture and the group that got the sham acupuncture, to me, shows that there is something there. Let's look at something involved with the immune system. This one was really fascinating to me. There is this tick-borne illness going around called alpha-gal. Alpha-gal is scary to me because if you get bit by this tick and get this alpha-gal syndrome, you basically cannot eat red meat. And that would suck. I'd probably survive, but it would really suck because I love steak. Now, there seems to be no treatment out there for alpha-gal, but when we look at this study right here, we see 96% of the people getting acupuncture treatment for alpha-gal said that their symptoms went away. That is crazy. I almost don't really believe this, if I'm being completely honest with you. For me, I just don't see how acupuncture could help that much, but that's what the study says. That's the case study right there. I don't know too much about this. The study isn't fully fleshed out. There hasn't been a lot of studies on alpha-gal syndrome and acupuncture, but there does appear to be some stuff in the literature about basically acupuncture and your immune function, food allergies. They oftentimes go in with needles on the ear for this, and that's, you'd have to consult a Chinese medicine doctor on why they do that. But overall, it does appear that there is some interesting evidence on acupuncture and pain, acupuncture and migraines, acupuncture and digestive health or immune health. But why don't you come with me and let's do our own case study right now. I have a little bit of shoulder pain in the front of this shoulder. Nothing crazy, but I go to jiu-jitsu, I get arm barred and stuff, and then I go lift weights, and sometimes this bicep tendon gets a little inflamed. I've also been I've been trying to pack on as much protein as I can in the morning because I get so busy throughout the day. And in the morning, if it's early and I'm I'm trying to eat like a bunch of protein, I get a little bit of nausea. So let's tell them about that and see if they can fix that in any way, shape, or form. Let's go get some acupuncture. Let's go get some needles in me, see if there's anything to it. We just reviewed some of the research. Let's go. Guys, I'm here for the acupuncture, and we're gonna get the shoulder. Yeah, let's make some marks here. Pain level scale's pretty low. My cameraman is fully armed if anything goes down, okay? He's heavily armed. I've been lifting a lot of weights, and sometimes this bicep and shoulder have been getting a bit tight. I type a lot and I'm on the phone a lot also. So I think like it just kind of like runs up like here a little bit. This feels good already. And I've been hitting chest and buys, guys. It's a little just like, you get sore all over, which is good. But I've been a little more sore on the right. So I'm like, I go to jiu-jitsu and people strength. Yeah, a little bit of tightness there. Already, guys, if I went to Kaiser Permanente or Palo Alto Med, no one would even get their hands on me, okay? And I have gone to Kaiser when I got a pinched nerve one time in jiu-jitsu. And they just sent me home with painkillers. Yeah, you're coming, Albert. All right, guys, I think I'm about to get the needles put in me. I have a little bit of a fear of needles, but nothing crazy. Interesting, we're on the left leg here. Feel that one. Guys, I swear I feel that reverberating. Yeah, I feel a little bit there. That's crazy. That's wild. Guys, I'm not bullshitting at all right now. I feel a little bit there. Nerve or what? Nerve? What? Balance. And it makes sense, if you ever look at a map of the nerves, we'll have a map of the nerves pop up right now, and it is pretty crazy. Like, this stuff does come out of your spine, and then like goes everywhere. Yeah, dude, whatever she just did, I literally felt like, oh, like that was crazy. That was wild. Yeah, well, in the United States, the doctors just give pain medication. Do you know, they just give Tylenol, oxycodone. That's what they do for pain in the United States, and it's really bad for your health. Now we're really in it, guys. And she was like innervating that needle down there on my leg. Like, you can feel things in your muscle, like kind of nowhere near where the needle is, which is pretty wild. Well, I can feel it on my right side when she's messing around on my left. Like, every time she's doing that motion, I feel it on my right. That's pretty wild. I'm gonna try to be really rational and give you guys an assessment of what I feel after. The pain wasn't like bad when I came in. It's not like I was debilitated, but probably like a 3 out of 10 in terms of like tightness and a little bit of pain, you know? I do think 3,000 years of history with acupuncture would lead that there's something there. It might not be a major change, but in sports and athletics and in human performance, if you can get a 4 to 5% benefit, that's huge. So we'll see where I'm at after this. All right, guys, so in conclusion, I would say that the acupuncture helped maybe my bicep tendon and that shoulder issue. Honestly, maybe like 3 to 5%, if I'm being real. It wasn't some major difference, although I did feel some slight, I felt like it slightly helped. I genuinely do. I didn't feel like it completely changed everything, but keep in mind, it was only one session. I do feel like it slightly helped, and that might be from what the data shows that acupuncture does. It might just slightly help, more than placebo or sham, right? So that was pretty interesting. In terms of the nausea in the morning, I actually tried to do like 70 grams of protein yesterday early in the morning, and I still got a little bit of that nausea. It's not so bad. I'm not like throwing up or anything, but anybody that's been on a bulk knows that kind of feeling. You're just like, oh my God. And for me, it's just not as much in the later parts of the day. I can really pack on the food, but in the morning, I'm still getting that. So it didn't really help there, but I'm not fully sure that that lady understood in depth what I was talking about. There was a language barrier. So overall, guys, please comment below your thoughts on acupuncture. Have you ever had acupuncture done? What do you think about it? Do you think there's anything there? This is really old Chinese medicine, and I think there's something to it, and it should be studied more. I do think there are better things for pain, corrective exercise, functional range conditioning, managing actual inflammation, movement patterns, body work, deep tissue body work, all that type of stuff. But comment below the next thing you want me to dive into. I'm gonna go try stuff out for you guys so you can dial in your health and body as much as possible. I'll dive into the research. I'll go get it done. Comment your thoughts below and ideas, and always like and subscribe. Appreciate you.